Hello ladies and gentlemen, Willa here. Well, the day has finally come and gone where the thing we've all been waiting to hear and expected to happen did happen to nobody's surprise, but there has also been so much more announced than just the expansion, including several issues that a lot of people have been voicing their concern about, myself included. And I'm glad I waited and didn't do the video after the leak on Thursday, because what was released there is pretty inconsequential compared with what we found out yesterday at BlizzCon. So I'm about to throw an enormous amount of information at you, so strap in. And we're going to try and cover everything that we know so far, and there is a lot of it. I suppose we should start off with Blizzard confirmed the Burning Crusade will be launching officially. No surprises there. At this point in time, we do not have a release date or even a ballpark release date beyond 2021. And Burning Crusade, just like Classic, will be available to play with a standard WoW sub and will not have any extra fees. There is also a opt-in beta, which we also do not have the date for apart from soon, which I will link below if you're interested. You won't be opted in by default, so go on there and press the button if you want to. Blizzard have outlined their plans to move from Classic over to TBC, which sort of follows what I thought they would do. So once the pre-expansion goes live, pre-patch confirmed by the way, nice, players will see a choice of either WoW Classic or Burning Crusade Classic on the Battle.net launcher. The first time you log in to each individual character, this isn't an account-wide choice, you'll be asked whether you wish to activate your character on that version of the game. WoW Classic will still have your old realm names and you can transfer your character there. These realms will be frozen in Phase 6 and will not progress to the Burning Crusade. Burning Crusade Classic will just progress as expected over to the expansion. This makes it into a choice. However, there is an option to copy, as many had suggested being a better idea, so that you can have your character on both the WoW Classic servers and the Burning Crusade one, but it's a paid service. The price is currently unknown, but it's looking like the fee is just added to stop literally everybody from copying a character, because why wouldn't you, and then only having a small portion of the player base actually still consistently play Classic. Blood Elf and Draenei have been confirmed to be available in the TBC pre-patch whenever that becomes available. They will not be available on the WoW Classic servers. There will be no gold or item cap on the Classic to TBC progression servers. Quoting from an interview here, "We really felt like, even though there are concerns, tell me about it, the things that allow people to get all this gold so quickly are knowledge, experience and willingness to put in time and effort. We wouldn't want to take that away from anybody who has thought ahead." So there we go, you need to prepare for each patch basically, because we know what's coming out when and when things will go up in price. I'll still be doing videos on these of course, so keep your eye out for that. Initially, Blizzard has announced a 5-phase layout for TBC, with Tier 5 not being available from launch. PvP seasons are also kept in line with their release schedule from 2007 and 8. This means Tier 5 PvE gear with only Season 1 PvP gear. Even in Phase 3, when Arena Season 2 opens up, there will be people with glaives while you're still in your merciless PvP gear. I can foresee some problems here with the low resilience values early versus such high damage and performance PvE weapons, trinkets or jewelry. And yes, PvE has absolutely always been a part of PvP in the Burning Crusade to pick up some excellent quality items, but I suspect that our players these days will just be able to pick up such a vast quantity of high quality gear from raids that Arena may, at least in the early seasons, just degenerate into who can one-shot each other the fastest. Also, you'll be able to have more players on your team than the bracket you are playing in from launch, so your 3s team can have 4 players for example, if you want to switch up who plays. Also, this quote here, "We're also planning to use modern matchmaking algorithms to more quickly match players with equally skilled opponents, while keeping the rating requirements on purchased arena gear in later seasons." As for the remainder of the phase layout, it's pretty logical along the lines of what you could imagine it being. Phase 1 Tier 4, Phase 2 Tier 5, Phase 3 the start of Tier 6, Phase 4 is just Zul'Aman, and Phase 5 will be Tier 6.5 Sunwell, and all the content that comes with that. This is quite a brief overview of it. There are quite a lot of different things which come along with those phases as they've separated them out at the moment, so we'll see what this looks like when they expand on it. And super importantly, we've had confirmation that Burning Crusade Classic will be #changes. A PC Gamer interview with Holly Longdale, lead producer on WoW Classic, gave us some very positive insight towards their approach on the expansion. Quoting, "Originally, the raids in Burning Crusade were really difficult, and we're going to bring that back for the Burning Crusade Classic, but with some modifications. An example of a modification given was, again quote, "He was not a fan of the Muru as a raid encounter as a caster because there was pushback, so there's changes like that." What this means is pre-nerf bosses with some alterations. Maybe tier 4 and 5 won't be so melee unfriendly after all. Maybe heroics will have less annoying mechanics. Release Karazhan, Gruul and Magtheridon's Lair, and even heroics were all severely nerfed by patch 2.1, which was Black Temple back in the day. Since tier 4 is currently its own phase at the moment, having the most challenging available version of it seems like the best scenario to me. What else was announced? Ah yes, Ret Paladins worldwide cheered in unison because both factions will have both seals. You'll get your normal seals you should do whilst leveling, and we'll be able to pick up the opposite faction's one at 70, so Seal of Blood on Alliance and Seal of Vengeance on Horde. Spell batching is being removed as per the deep dive, so what's on the PTR will be going live, also confirmed. So that was a lot of the more positive things, and now I'm going to go on to the areas which I feel could draw some criticism, or are very important points which are still to be answered by Blizzard. Hopefully we get to know them sooner rather than later. There's been no word on changes for drums as of yet. I am still actually quite optimistic that they will be changed in some form. There's equally been no mention at all for Fresh, Classic or TBC. The Classic realms they're offering are frozen in Phase 6, and the only other choice is just pure progressive. There's been no confirmation on melee leeway being removed yet, only spell batching. I'm kind of hoping not mentioning it is just an oversight and that it will equally be going, because it should do for Arena. Paid character boosts are being added to the game for Burning Crusade Classic, with some restrictions. The boost will take you to level 58, you can only purchase one boost per account, you cannot boost Blood Elf or Draenei, so no instant 58 Horde Paladins or Alliance Shaman. The service will only be offered on TBC servers, and boosted characters will have dungeon level blue gears, a 60% mount, and no professions. Whilst this is being introduced as a way for people who haven't played Classic, aren't really interested in leveling in it, or just want to hop straight in and play with their friends again, I think some of the more negative effects are pretty clear, though I will say with the prevalence of boosting within Classic from mages, which will just be handed over to paladins come TBC, has somewhat dulled my opposition to this kind of thing being introduced. The old world of the Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor, when TBC was out originally, were a lot more quiet. Now they're going to be, well, yeah, there's not going to be many people leveling, is there? Also, for the botting side of things, it doesn't look too positive either, as it's giving them an option to get a character straight at the level where they can be moved on to them being boosted through leveling in TBC. They don't have any professions though, so that is something which will slow them down, but it's a decision whether the actual price of the boost is offset by how much they can earn back. But I think this will just end up saving them a lot of time and efficiency. We don't know how much the boost is yet, so we shall see. We don't know what patch our character, talents and itemization will be on. I still strongly suspect 2.4.3. Again, it's to be confirmed. That's about all so far. There is a huge amount to discuss within all of this already. BlizzCon isn't over either, but looking at the schedule, I think this will be most of the big information out by now. I'll be keeping up with the new developments, of course, and how Blizzard plans to lay things out as of when we know things. Hopefully I get in the beta a little bit earlier this time. I didn't end up getting in the classic one till it was open beta. But there we go, that's your day one BlizzCon roundup done. I think there's a lot of positives in there, having pre-nerf content, having Blood Elf and Draenei available on pre-patch, acknowledgement that the player base is a lot better, so they're up for more of a challenge as well. Spell batching gone. I'd say it's shaping up pretty well so far, and I'm excited to see what else comes out in the coming days and weeks. So let me know what you think about all this, whether you're ready to go through the dark hole, or are you sticking around for Classic maybe? And as always, thank you so much for watching and listening in, and I'll see you in the next one very soon.